front. It's still, I'm sorry, it's still in its dinosaur dark ages, okay? So we still have a long way to go. Anyway, not to discourage you, but that's reality. But that's actually the main challenge. Anyway, we talk about the grading in this class. We will have about 10 quiz, and I will give you a sample. And for those of you who are in Chiang Mai, I will mail this to you if you're listening. If you're not listening, I will still mail it to you. These are sample 10 quiz from last year and year 2000. In year 2001, I did not teach this class alone. Dr. Bandit taught half the class. I taught half the class. Therefore, I didn't make the copy for you. Now, who's the kind of... Oh, yeah. So, he will make copies. P. Adisak, right? P, to some people, Nong maybe. Adisak will make copies and you can purchase. How many people want copies? Because some of you are just sitting in. You can just take... Well, some of you are probably not taking the class. Anyway, so those are... No, not now. You can do it later. These are sample quiz from last year. You can use that for your reference to study for next week's quiz. We don't have any exams. We just keep having quizzes. So it makes life easier but more irritating, okay? So you have to always read up after every class. You have to do some studying. Or before class. Most people, I guess, do it before class. There's a term project of your choice. Usually, most students that study this class with me have plans to do either a senior project or a master's thesis, sometimes a PhD thesis, in this area. Otherwise, most people don't take this class if they're not going to do that. So usually, a term project is a good thing. You can do something along the lines of your thesis or your thesis proposal and get your hands dirty or get a jump start on your project work. And you get credits for this class, and you also have some progress on your research. The term project comes like at the end of the semester when you know enough, when you can select the topic to do your project. Okay? But there will be 2 programming assignments. One is basically getting you to do what I call image processing. Computer vision, the first half of this class, the first half of computer vision is image processing. It's much simpler. Image processing involves input is an image, output is also an image. So what we will do for our image processing exercise is we will do OCR. OCR is character recognition. So we'll scan a sheet of paper, like this piece of paper. You will cut the alphabets out and recognize them. This is Gao Kai, Kho Kai, or A, B, C. So we will be doing this for actually I have the assignment with me, and I will pass that out to you. Assignment 1. So in case some of you who are very free at this time can begin doing something along this. So you cut the alphabets out. I will be using Angsana New for Thai fonts and Times New Roman for English fonts. So you scan a sheet of paper with these typed fonts, and you will be asked to recognize it. So there's segmentation, there's all kinds of things involved. So it's a good exercise. It's very boring for me because it's not very exciting, but But maybe for you it's still exciting. But I've dealt with this so much that the word OCR itself, for me, has become very, very boring. Okay? But anyway, it's a good exercise. The second application will be stereo matching using, is there enough? You need some more? The second assignment will be a bit more challenging. It will involve stereo matching. Stereo matching is where you use the two eyes to see depth. So it is actually a computer vision project. Computer vision, as opposed to image processing, provides you information about the scene. In this case, the input to stereo vision is two images, like the two images that come to our eyes, and the output is the interpretation, the 3D shape interpretation. So computer vision involves using images and trying to describe the world from the images. So it's a bit different than image processing, because in image processing, you see the image and you describe the image, or you clean up the image, or you extract something from the image. But in computer vision, you try to come up with a description, such as, this is a woman, or this is so-and-so, or here are the people, there are 7 people in the scene, or person number 1 is 5 meters away, or there are 3 cars, or there's a bicycle coming at you, and it's going to hit you in 5 seconds. These are descriptions about the scene. That is the issue in computer vision. So term project, a lot of people will do whatever you just do whatever you want, hopefully along the line of research area that you are interested in. In this, just to give you an overview, we have this book. I think it's out of print now. Seems like every book that I use is out of print. It's this book over here by, I'll put it here. See that? High Tech. See that on the internet? Okay. So this is the book by, it's got this big eye over here. You like that eye there? It's computer vision. If you notice, the eye has like a camera lens thingy. So it's supposed to be eye plus half of it is camera, half of it is a human eye. Anyway, this is written by Ramesh Jain, and Kasturi and Shank. So 3 people. I think this is the professor, and these are 2 graduate students who worked with him. There are 2 Jains, 2 famous Jains in this area. There's one, Ramesh Jain. I think, well, back then he used to be at University of Maryland. I don't know where he is now. Another one is Anil Jain, who is at Michigan State University, which I happen to study from there. Did my master's there, bachelor's and master's there. So I know him personally, and he's also very famous in this area. So there are two Jains, so don't confuse them. You'll see a lot of work by these 2 people. Anyway, they wrote this book. Ramesh Jain wrote this book with a couple of Kasturi and Shank. You don't need the book, really, frankly speaking. I lecture everything, and I don't really use the book very much. Sometimes I do, but very little, really. I use my lectures from, a lot of it is from my own research. A lot of it is from various papers and various introductory material. So you won't find a lot of my lecture in the book. Maybe only 20% will be in the book. So it's not really going to help you. But it's nice to have, if you like to collect books, it's nice to have it. But think of it as a reference. It's not required textbook, okay? Not required. All right. In this class, we will look at various topics, very interesting topics. We will look at about images.